were silent 90% of the time instead of talking 90% of the time, I could place a max bet right now that all of us would be a whole lot further along in life. We talk too much, which means we have the potential of sharing way too much information. I just did a video, and on my last video, which was financial habits for your upcoming wealthy girl era, one of my tips as far as preparing yourself for that era is to become extremely closed mouth when it comes to your finances. You need to create that privacy with your finances, okay? Because truth be told, we are not 16 years old, working at McDonald's with our besties, in high school, not a care in the world, don't care about, who knows how much money I make. They don't care if I know how much money they make. And this is definitely a true story. I'm gonna guess and say most of us, because I'm assuming that most of us are 20 and older, most of us are in the thick of this thing called adulthood right now. And that means that overall, you need to create more privacy. It doesn't just stop at your finances. You need to create more privacy and more boundaries when it comes to your life, period. Like, after I started just kind of sitting back and thinking about it, I figured out that I was stuck on that habit for so long, because when I gave that habit in that video, I was like, just privacy, 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 shutting up, being quiet about how you're moving in life. I finally figured out that there is a connection, you guys. There's a connection between how silent you are and how successful you are. So welcome back, my loves. You can already tell from the title of the video and from the intro that we are talking about shutting up. Yes, okay, we need to shut up. We need to create some privacy, and we don't need to let everybody know every intricate detail of our lives that we have going on. So before we get into this video, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up at the end. You ain't even gotta do it right now. You can wait till the end. Let me know what you're thinking. If you are loving this kind of content where we are talking about self-growth, personal development, and just actually having that true level up, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well, so you can see when I am dropping new videos, which are every Monday and Friday. But enough with all of that. Let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this conversation. So all of us create physical boundaries, like, get out of my bubble. We have our physical boundaries in place so that people do not invade our personal space. Well, your thoughts also need boundaries just as much. We have this space, right? This is the boundary that we create. We have this layer of protection here between your thoughts and outside interpretations. I want you guys to understand, okay? This layer of protection right here, that is your power source. Think about it, okay? Just for a second. If this layer is compromised and you're allowing outside interpretations to start coming in, what happens when you allow those thoughts and opinions to start intervening? Your mind starts changing. Your thoughts start changing paths. So whereas you were going left at first, now you're going right, because you have allowed space for outside interpretation, outside opinions, outside all of that. You've allowed them to enter your thought process. So you're tainted now. Essentially what happens is you start second guessing yourself about everything that you do. Again, you had your mind made up. You were solid in your decisions until you let your layer of protection get compromised with all of these outside opinions and negative energy coming in, and now you're second guessing yourself about every single decision that you've made. When we are thinking of second guessing ourselves, honestly, to me, that is a huge red flag. That is a red flag that lets you know that you don't believe. Did you catch that? Keyword, believe in what you are doing. You don't believe in your ability to make decisions. And when that belief system is broken, you guys, that's hard to come back from. The only way to rebuild that layer of protection between your thoughts and outside interpretations is you need to guard your goals, your thoughts, and aspirations like your life depends on it. I remember watching a J. Cole interview, and I want you guys to see what he said when it comes to his visions about himself, his thoughts, his goals. I want you guys to check out what he said about that particular topic.
Right at the apex of what your mind believes is possible, maybe push past that even a little bit and define it. And then number two is like, believe it. You know what I mean? Like see it all the time and believe it, and whatever you gotta do to protect that belief. My version of protecting that belief was I wasn't sharing this.
Yeah, you weren't.
I wasn't even telling my mom. She knew I rap. She knew I did music, and to her,
don't
it was
let
like
somebody knock you off.
I'm not even gonna give my own mother the chance to try to bring me back down to reality. It's not gonna happen.
Not even his mama. Did y'all catch that? Not even his mama was allowed to know what his goals are, know what his thoughts were when it came to what he believed about himself. Nobody. You cannot allow anybody, your mom, dad, brothers, cousins, grandmas, aunties, uncles, best friends, JoJo from down the street. You cannot allow anybody the opportunity to taint your goals, taint your aspirations, taint your thoughts. Now, of course, I get it, you guys. Our family, our loved ones, they want to see us succeed, okay? They definitely want to see us thrive and hit those milestones. They do. But sometimes because of their own personal experiences, they might not be able to have the same perspective on life as you do. Me and my mom grew up in very different generations, okay? So what she believes and what her thought process is totally different from mine. When I explained my whole thing about wanting to do content creation, she could not, for the life of her, understand what I was talking about. She didn't understand how I was gonna make money from it. She didn't get it, and that's okay. I had to protect what I thought about myself. I had to protect my goal of I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to get on here and show up and talk about whatever it is I want to talk about. I had to protect that. So it's not that they don't want to see us succeed, but some of us, especially parents, they want to protect us from falling and bumping our head and making mistakes. But honestly, you have to fall. You have to bump your head. You're going to have to make the mistake because that's the only way that you're going to grow. So like I said, they want to see us succeed, but sometimes there can be a slight negative energy that comes off of them because, again, they're trying to protect us. Even that slight little bit of negative energy, the slightest little disagreement to what your idea is, it can taint you still. It can infect your mind, infect your thoughts. And so we want to stay away from that. So shutting up and becoming absolutely silent is for peace of mind and protection. So that vision board or that prayer board that you've made, however you reference it, it's not going to come into reality if it has even the slightest bit of a negative charge behind it. You might as well throw it in the trash because none of it is going to happen. Now, keep in mind, your goal here is not to become a mute. Like, I don't want you to walk around in life like, I don't want you guys to walk around in life and feel like you can't talk about anything, okay? We still want to harvest healthy relationships, friendships. We want to be able to talk to our loved ones. But what I'm saying is you have to create boundaries with it. It is okay to be an open book when you have gone through the experience. You can share all of the details if you want to, but sometimes you have to realize when you are going through the experience and you're still undecided about how you even feel about it or what your thoughts and opinions are, just protect that. And those are the things that you want to hold away from your friends or family, for instance. So the next time you're tempted to pick up the phone and fill in bestie bae on everything that's been going on. Why am I always seeming to act like I'm picking up a phone? Well, we're just going to roll with it. You want to update bestie on the latest drama and all that's going on in your life. You need to stop. Okay, put the phone down. You need to stop and ask yourself, is this an area of my life that I want to welcome input? I'm just saying, because if you're going to open the door for the input and break your silence, you cannot get mad at the other person on the opposite end of the phone. You can't get mad at them when they start to give you their opinion and start to give their input. Silence is also for clarity. You need that time to sort through all of the pros and cons before you make a decision. You guys, this is your life you're talking about, okay? To me, I feel like every decision counts. Now, of course, you choosing between Chipotle or Chinese food for the night, that's not a decision that's going to affect your life. But there are a lot of things each day that we make decisions about that can truly have effects for the weeks, months, and years to come. So you want to allow yourself that time to really be able to just sort through the pros and cons without having that outside input and those outside distractions, because as soon as you allow those to come in your decision-making process, you can start making decisions that really turn out to be somebody else's. And not only is silence for clarity, but silence is also for building a stronger intuition. You guys, everything that you need, you can't see me beating on my stomach right now. I'm kind of beating. Everything that you need is in here. That instinct is there. And when you are really in tune, this is why I always say, you guys, you have to be in total alignment, mind, body, and spirit. You have to be in alignment. When you are in total alignment, your intuition is strong. So when you do feel like you have to make decisions about life, which way to go, left or right, up or down, what do I do? When it is time to make those decisions, you'll always know instinctively which way to go. On the flip side of that, maybe you're somebody who feels like you don't have that gut intuition and that you need to get that back or build it stronger. This is your time. Simply by shutting up, simply by just becoming silent, you can start to build that trust back with yourself. Because honestly, if I were to ask y'all right now, do you trust yourself? What would your answer be? Me, a couple of years ago, I would say absolutely not. I was not able to make a good decision. If my life depended on it, I could not make a good decision. Now I feel like I can trust everything about myself. I trust my power. Remember, you guys, we just talked about this on another video. Know your power. I know my power now. I know my strengths. My belief system is crazy. Absolutely nuts how my belief system is now about my thoughts, my goals, my aspirations, about my belief in the creator, all of it. I am so much stronger now that I have full trust in myself. I don't need anybody's outside opinion because I know that I am fully capable of making sound decisions for myself. Now, do I know everything in the world? Of course not. Of course not. I have to pray on a lot of things. And if there is something that I really just need some advice on, of course, I'm going to go to my mama. Hey, mama. I'm going to go to my mama. But again, stop. Ask yourself, is this the input that you want? And are you willing to accept it? I have had to stop myself and say, okay, I'm about to call my mama or I'm about to call my dad. Is this the input that I need? Last thing, shutting up and becoming more silent gives you the power to decipher who among you is really for you. As you become more silent, you start observing more and you start actively listening rather than listening to hurry up and give a response, because y'all know there is a big difference there, okay? You start paying closer attention to words, to body language, to responses, just overall actions and movement. You start paying a lot closer attention when you become more silent. And what you will realize is the people who are jealous and envious of you, it's in plain sight. You just didn't have the silence enough back then to really sit and observe these things to be able to tell. But I'm telling you, if there is anybody in your circle right now who is jealous or envious of you, it is in plain freaking sight. Like I said, this silence that you're building up, you've protected your thoughts, you're protecting your mind, you're protecting just your overall energy. Now it will give you more wisdom to decipher who is really for you. And like a bad weed in your garden, baby, you better pluck them, okay? Pluck them right on out of the garden because they don't need to be there. You don't want anything or anybody tearing you down before you're even able to scratch the surface of your potential. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was a little hesitant about this topic, but as I started like really jotting my notes down, y'all already know, okay? Notes are all, hold on. Okay, well, that didn't go as planned because it's too bright and y'all can't see my screen. But anyway, I have my notes here. And I really sat and I thought about this topic for a while because I'm like, I feel like it's so cliche and everybody talks about it, but I had to put my spin on it. I put my little stank on it, you know what I'm saying? I put my spin on it, and after I really started allowing my thoughts to just run freely, I'm like, you know what? shutting up and being silent is much more important than I thought it was. Nerve of my camera to just shut off while I was doing my little exit there. But anyway, what I was saying was comment down below. Tell me if this is something that you guys are struggling with in your life. Are you needing to learn to be a little more silent when it comes to the movement in your life? Let me know what you guys think. But that is all for today. Until next time, my loves, I will catch you guys on the next video.